know, as well as illustrious career in education, having received the NIE Excellence in Teaching Award in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Dennis Yeo.
Hi, morning everybody. This is a huge crowd. I have 10 minutes, so I'm going to speak through what I have to say. Okay, I've entitled my talk today, "What Do You Read, My Lord?" which is actually a quote from Hamlet. Okay, to tell you what I have to say in 10 minutes is going to be incredible. Those of you who know me, it's going to be completely impossible. But I want to start off first by addressing an issue. At the start of this year, there was a lot of debate concerning the state of literature in Singapore. I need to explain to you that there was a very important person who once said this: Jane Austen's not for me. You must read, it's one way of getting information, but you've got to read what's relevant, not what you're interested in. My wife reads Jane Austen. She was a student of English language and literature, so she likes to read books in which she had found joy as a student. I didn't read Jane Austen, not because I don't admire her style, but because I would not have the time. This person was Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Now, in his latest book, The Wit and Wisdom of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, he said this: if your option was, I want a condo, I want a Mercedes, then you aim for those professions which will bring you those results, but you have chosen English literature. If you are my daughter or my granddaughter, really now, because my granddaughter is already 15, I would tell her, and she also likes writing, and she's in this tutor program and she writes little stories. There's no money in it unless you're really good. But that works really well for all of us here, right? Okay, please understand, I'm not trying to diss Mr. Lee. I have great respect for him. And the irony, of course, is that towards the end of Mrs. Lee's life, Mr. Lee actually ended reading a lot of Jane Austen to Mrs. Lee, because Mercedes and condos no longer matter. Let's start with a science question. It's a very interesting question, it's very difficult. Study the animals below. State one similarity between the two animals. Can you do that? I know it's very tough. It's very, very tough because this was a letter to the Minister of State, and the student had written, my daughter answered both are mammals, and it's marked wrong right away without any points. Interesting, right? Instead, the model answers are both have 4 legs, are both have hair, and both have similar body shapes. Hey, can you don't laugh so long? I have 10 minutes only, okay, let's move on. Please understand the key to answering science questions. Number one, don't make any assumptions. Don't read too much into the question. Don't rely on any knowledge that is not found in the question. Base your answer on what is observable in the diagrams. There is no evidence that these animals are mammals from the physical appearance. What can be observed? Both animals have 4 legs, a tail, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, or that they have a body and a head. Since you have all these answers, why do you choose to say they are mammals? Makes complete sense, right? Because a literature student will say, these are not actually animals, they are just pictures of animals. Both animals are symbols of strength. Both animals are often used in mythology and folklore, and you will still be right. Suffice to say, therefore, literature is just a different way of looking at the world. So why do I teach literature? Why do you study literature? If you say to me, I study literature because I'm taking the examinations, ladies and gentlemen, please, you got it wrong. Okay? I don't teach literature, I teach about life. Okay? Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me begin by making a very bold statement which some of your teachers might not agree with. I can succeed in life with a basic proficiency in all the other subjects, but I need an intermediate knowledge and proficiency in the English language. Let me explain. What do I need to know? Well, I need to know a bit of maths. When I go to McDonald's, I pay money, I need to know the change. In the past 20 years of my life, I have never solved a quadratic equation. I have no use for it. Now, I need to know a little bit about science, yes, I need to know how things work, but does anybody in this room actually know how the internet works? We don't care, we send email, the email gets there, who cares? History and geography, yes, I need to know a little bit of history and geography. Come on, if I don't know anything about history and geography, what do I do? Google it. Home econs, I need to cook Maggi noodles because I need to survive. Design and technology, I need to design my room, yes. Second language is exceptionally important, it's true. But please understand that what I really need to do, and what I really need to know in life, are listening skills, reading skills, communication skills, and writing skills, because we use words every day, the way I am actually using it right now. But please understand that is not enough, okay? I need to know who am I need to know who am I in relation with other people. I need to know who am I in relation to my meaning of life, and this is not taught in the other subjects that are in school. So I need to learn about personality, emotions, relationships, ideas, what it means simply to be human. So what do we do when we study the church? I know now, you see Twilight and you're like, give me a break, only got 10 minutes now. What do we do? Polonius says, what do you read, my Lord? And heaven replies, words. This is Mel Gibson in his movie version. You wouldn't know that there is a parody of this if you didn't know Hamlet, where Chewbacca actually looks at C-3PO's head. It's exactly the same thing. So the business of literature is words, and words to a certain degree are all we have. We emerge from words. Words make us, simply because in literature we study the way language is used to express this reality. Let me just explain very quickly 5 things. We use words to make meaning of the world. We use words to create figurative language. We use words to speak of subtlety and complexity. We use words to express the beauty of ideas. And last but not least, we use words simply as words. The new generation today is incredible. You guys don't turn pages, you scroll pages. You're electronic, you're plugged in. You're very visually stimulated by images. Whenever you see a book that are full of words, you say, Sienna, I want to read. Okay? Why? Because you want immediate gratification. Forget about it, let's just get to the ending and see what happened. Let's watch the movie, don't watch the book. 3 hours, finish. Don't spend 2 weeks reading it. Your concentration span is as short as a cockroach. This is my daughter. My daughter is about 5. She said to me, Daddy, can you read me a story? You say you're going to read me a story. She's constantly pestering me to read stories to her. Do you remember when you felt that way? When was the last time you felt that I want to read this story? I really want to read this story. Why? Books transport us into new worlds and introduce us to amazing people who live exciting lives. Okay? Lives which we will not be able to reach. Okay? To me, literature is an all-consuming, passionate, insatiable, intoxicating love affair with the power of words. Okay, you just enjoy words to hate it. So I want to ask you a simple question. Do you enjoy watching movies? Say yes. These were 3 movies I wanted to watch in January 2013. I wanted to watch these movies at the start of January 2013. Do you realize that all these 3 movies were actually books? Okay, so you want to because you're just the people out there watch movie. So I want to ask you guys a question. Don't just watch a movie, ask yourself, is it good or not? So I'm going to ask you which is the dumbest song to you, the dumbest song. Let's go. The first dumb song. You know what this is? I wish I could show you a picture, but I can't do this. Dumb song number 1. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Yeah, buddy, yeah. Who says dumb? Say dumb. Excellent. Let's go on. Second dumb song. Have you read the recent news from the day? You know which dumb song I'm choosing? You know you love me, I know you care. That's how I never have to get. You're my love, you're my heart, you never ever leave your partner. Everybody say that. Next one. Bruno Mars is dumb. How dare you say Bruno Mars is dumb? Let me explain how Bruno Mars is dumb. It's a beautiful night, you're looking for something dumb to do. How dare you actually want to marry? Don't say no, just say yeah, and go, and you're ready, and if you wake up and you want to break up, that's cool. No, I won't blame you, it was fun. Dumb? I tell you who is even dumber. Dumber are people who actually play this at their weddings and think it's romantic. So, let's deal with this. What is the... Wait, I'm not going to listen. The reason why we enjoy literature is because we are looking far deeper into lyrics than most of our friends may do. Let's look at one lyric by Taylor Swift. Loving him is like driving a new Maserati down a dead-end street, faster than the wind, passionate as sin, ending so suddenly. Loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're already flying through the free fall. Like the colors in autumn so bright just before they lose it all. Losing him was blue, like I've never known. Missing him was dark grey all alone. Forgetting him was like trying to know somebody you've never met. But loving him was red, loving him was red. Not bad lyrics. Let me just take a look at this for a minute. Loving him is like driving a new Maserati. Do you know what a Maserati looks like? Oh, this is what the Maserati looks like. Whoa! You see some of them on Singapore roads. Now, the simple question you want to ask is this. Why doesn't Taylor Swift say, loving him is like driving a new Toyota? Why not? Toyota is Japanese. What is good about Toyota? Whenever you switch on the engine, it will work because it's efficient. It doesn't have the same thing as in Maserati. Toyota. Quite different. Okay? So, loving is like new Toyota. Fine. What is efficient? Loving is like driving a new Volkswagen with a Cabriolet or Toyota on the street. By the time she gets to the end of the line, she lost her breath already. Loving is like driving a cannot, as the people say, the rhythm is not there, right? So, Maserati, 4-cylinder, is a sports car. So, why don't we say, loving is like driving a new Audi R8 down the dead street? She could have said that, but the Audi R8 is German, and it's because the fact that it's German, it hits across that very efficient. It doesn't have the same romantic feel as Maserati. Fine. Why didn't she say Suzuki Swift? Let me think of Suzuki Swift. You know, Taylor Swift, Suzuki Swift, you get it? So, what do we associate with this car? Why Maserati? Well, simply put, the Maserati is actually Italian, and as a result, it has this romantic, exotic flavor. And it's actually a rival to Ferrari. And as a result of that, when you think about Italy, Maserati, spaghetti, carbonara, so when you think to yourself, that's exactly how she wants to feel. Fine, let's move on to the next one. Loving him is like trying to change your mind once you're really falling through the free fall. I don't know whether you ever felt this way before. You're basically saying this to yourself. This is a free fall. You can't change your mind. Are you okay? Yeah, that's me. You should do this once in your lifetime. Put it on your bucket list, okay? Go and do skydiving. Excellent. But you can't change your mind, okay? Let's move on. Loving things like the colors in autumn. Now, most of us never have seen autumn before. So I need to show you a picture of what autumn is like. The beauty of autumn, look at it, so bright just before they lose it all. I had a pleasure of being in Scotland to see autumn once, okay? And what was interesting was that when we arrived in Scotland, there was this tree that was full of orange leaves. And when we left, it was completely bald. All the orange leaves had dropped. Okay? That's the image that Taylor Swift is trying to bring across to you. Loving was blue, dark grey, red. Now you obviously know that this is color imagery, right? So Loving was blue, I've never known. Name 3 things that are blue. What feelings do you associate with these things? And why do we always use the phrase feeling blue? What does it mean to say blue? And what does she mean when she says missing him was dark grey? What feelings do we associate with color grey? Why do we feel a particular way with certain colors? Let's look at red. Loving him was red. What words come to mind when we say red? And what comes to mind when we see red? Which is different. What emotions does this color evoke? How does this relate to the themes in the song? Now, what is interesting about what Taylor Swift did was that if you think to yourself, can you imagine Darth Vader being white? Or being red? Now, obviously the imagery is very, very important. The idea that Darth Vader is black. Okay? Taylor Swift, in her inside cover of her sleeve, wrote this. There's an old poem by Neruda that I've always been captivated by, and one of the lines in it has struck with me ever since the first time I read it. It says, "Love is so short, forgetting is so long." Now, who is this Neruda? Neruda is actually a poet, okay? And one of the things that he said was, "If suddenly you forget me, do not look for me, for I shall already have forgotten you." Now, this doesn't really make sense, right? Because if you forget me, why would you be looking for me? And this is really the same technique that Taylor Swift uses in her songs, using very simple lyrics to try to bring slightly more complex ideas. Okay? This is actually the poem by Neruda. If you ever want to check it out, it's called "Tonight I Can Write," and this is the line which Taylor Swift is referring to. So let me end. Fall in love with words. Read everything, everywhere, every time. Read widely, read privately, read in a group. Question what you read. What are the words trying to convey? Start with what you know and work out what you don't understand, and don't be afraid to be wrong. Share your ideas, okay? To the teachers out there, make literature accessible, okay? I really strongly encourage you to use Telltale. Everything but the brain is being performed by Silent Productions to bring your students to go there, okay? At least I didn't just come up here and tell you 25 businesses to read. I'm out of here. Ciao. Take care of yourself.